It's a business story from long ago. I was in partnership with a group of people, some family members and some not family members, and and we had a set of companies that were doing quite well, but one of the companies wasn't doing that well. And the partner who was running that company, the company was going bad, and he was starting to get depressed and down on himself and anxious, and didn't was not showing up for work. And so one day, one of the people who worked with him, I was the more CEO type. I wasn't actually working in that company. They had phoned me and talked to me, and they said, you know, I'll just use a name. Bob hasn't been coming to work. He's our boss. He's running this company. He's not answering his phone. Something's wrong. And can you look in on it? Look on him. And I thought, well, okay, I guess so. I mean, it's kind of out of the normal. But so I drove to Bob's house, and when I got to his house, it looked kind of dark, kind of quiet, kind of sad actually. And I went up and I knocked on the door, and he didn't come. And I knocked on the door again, and he didn't come. And then the third time he did, and he came to the door, and he was a beautiful man, like really, handsome, really achieved. He was older than me, so he was sort of like a mentor. I looked at him, and he had only his wrinkled shirt on. He had just his underwear on over top of that. He was looked all downtrodden from the three-piece suit banker type look to this, and he just seemed rotten and felt rotten. He didn't like how things were going, and he thought he was going to lose everything, he could have lost everything. So he invited me in. We sat down. He put some pants on, and we had a talk, and it was a great, intimate, close talk that it's completely, you would think, not part of the everyday business life. And as we talked, I said something to him in our conversation. I said to him, Bob, they can do whatever they want. We can lose everything we have. But one thing they cannot take from us is our minds and our ability to make choices and changes. That's inside here. We keep that always. What do you think, Bob? And his lights went on. Bob tells that story. When Bob sees me, I hardly ever see Bob now. He remembers that because that changed his life. And Bob, to this day, believes that he's the captain of his soul. He's the one who can make the choices and the changes. Just like Viktor Frankl in Man's Search for Meaning, right? You can be in the direst of situations, but your captor cannot take away your capacity to choose and be. That's what happened with Bob. That happened in business, but it happened to change his whole life, and it changed my whole life. And that's how powerful we are as beings.